Hi everybody, I'm Jo.
Hello, and I'm Marnie.
And we are dietitians from Everyday Nutrition.
So what we're doing today, this live session, we are talking to you about the 3 stages of the low FODMAP diet and giving you a little bit of information about the FODMAP Collective, which is our online group.
So, yes. Do you want to introduce?
Yeah. Yep. So the main thing about FODMAPs, and this is the thing that we were just chatting about, which is really common, is that a lot of people can become sort of really scared about, FODMAPs and think about them as though they're causing damage. So FODMAPs do not cause any harm. They definitely can cause unpleasant symptoms in some people, but they're something that we don't want to remove completely. We just want to learn how to manage and which ones you can tolerate and which ones we need to be careful of. The other thing that we thought was really important to state right at the start is that the low FODMAP diet it's not a diet for life. It is a diagnostic tool, and what that means is that we use the diet in order to see, first of all, if people respond and if they're better with all of the FODMAPs at low dose, and then we systematically challenge and test your tolerance to different FODMAPs so that in the end we're going to be bringing back as much as possible. And that's really, really important, that we don't like seeing people that are stuck on the diet because they felt better 5 years down the track. And that happens all the time, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I saw someone this morning who's been on for about 4 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway, so when we do the low FODMAP diet, it's set into 3 phases. And phase 1 of the low FODMAP diet, the bottom line, what we want to gain from this, we want to know, does removing FODMAPs from your daily diet make a significant and consistent reduction in your gut symptoms? It's the phase 1, it goes for around about 2 to 6 weeks, however long it takes you to be sure that this is making an improvement to your symptoms. You can, sometimes we get asked, can you have a cheat meal during this time? Yes, you can, absolutely. If you think about it, if you're on low FODMAP elimination for 4 weeks and you have a cheat meal at the 2-week mark, that's not going to prevent you from knowing if removing FODMAPs make a difference to your symptoms.
It doesn't reset the whole thing and send you back to the start, and that is a really
absolutely
common
not.
as well.
Yeah. So if you accidentally eat something high FODMAP during this time, dust yourself off, pick yourself up. If you have any symptoms, just manage them and go back and pick up where you left off. Now, seeing a dietitian, we always talk about seeing a dietitian, how a dietitian can help with phase 1 of the low FODMAP diet. We can make sure that you've got accurate information about what is high FODMAP and what is not high FODMAP, and what you can eat and what you can't eat. We can help you work out how to modify the meals that you're already eating. We can help you with product switches. So if you're eating, say, a high FODMAP yogurt, we can help you choose a low FODMAP yogurt to do a direct swap. We can help you troubleshoot if you need to, and we can make sure that your diet stays relatively balanced in the meantime as well during this style. And we can also personalise the low FODMAP diet to suit you. So we do find that some people do not need to eliminate all FODMAP groups. So we can help you work out what's right for you with this phase.
I think that's super duper important, because I think some people come to the table, they've already got certain knowledge about foods that absolutely don't work for them, or foods they know are absolutely fine, and it is okay to change the diet around a little bit so that for them they're starting off with a certain FODMAP in because they know it's okay. So key thing is individualising for each person and not being stuck with just the...
Exactly. So once you've been on the elimination phase for between 2 and 6 weeks, you've had probably at least 4 or 5 days in a row feeling good. Now, by feeling good, I don't mean that you have to have 0 symptoms at all. So we talk about symptoms in terms of mild, moderate, and severe. In terms of mild fluctuations day to day, some of that is very normal. So it's not abnormal to experience mild gut fluctuations occasionally. What we're interested in is more moderate, more severe symptoms that may be painful and they may be interfering with your quality of life. So if you've been on elimination for 2 to 6 weeks, your symptoms have reduced from moderate or severe down to mild, or have completely gone altogether, one of the two, doesn't matter, then you can move on to phase 2 of the low FODMAP diet.
To go, yeah. So what is the phase 2 or the challenge phase of the diet. Now, the key thing is that a lot of people get a bit excited and they're all about, like, I can try, I've really missed apples, I'll try apples. But that's not the best way to do it, because what we want to do is we are challenging specific FODMAPs rather than challenging specific foods. And that means that with the foods that we would use for the specific FODMAP challenges, for fructose, for lactose, polyols, are chosen because they have just that type of FODMAP in them. And what we do is we individualise the dose. So it's basically we're starting off with a small dose, then we're testing out a larger dose, and we're testing out an even larger dose. And the reason that we're doing that is because we don't want to hit people with just a really high dose and scare them off those foods. So it's really important that we're first of all doing it in a really structured way with the challenges, so that it's one FODMAP per week maybe, and doing that challenge a number of times at different doses. So we're getting really good information about your tolerance to that particular FODMAP. Throughout the challenge process, what we're doing is we are keeping the base diet low FODMAP, as you've been doing during elimination, and we're just introducing one thing at a time. And even if you're passing the challenge, we're taking it out again, because the key thing is that we wait until the end of the challenge process where you've got all the information about the different challenges you've done, and then we design the diet that's right for you and bringing back those tolerated FODMAPs. So it's quite I suppose the key thing about the challenge process is it is quite a process. And a lot of people stall because they kind of either have a reaction or get confused, or sort of it's the comfort zone, and they think, it's all too hard, I'll just stick with what I'm doing. So that's why we do know that when people are doing challenges and low FODMAP diet with a dietitian, they do better and they keep more foods in their diet, which is,
I think it's the most complex part is the
absolutely.
challenge phase.
Yep, definitely.
Both mentally and practically, it's the most complex part to get your head around.
And if you could hop online and Google, FODMAP sort of challenge doses, you find all these different, things out there that will tell you how to do it. And that's where we do find there's just a lot of misinformation, and there's a lot of really outdated information, because the landscape with FODMAPs, the knowledge of the FODMAPs and the content in food is changing it constantly. So it's really, really important that, again, that we're using the right foods to challenge, and that we're using up-to-date information, and then being able to interpret those challenges as you go. If you can bounce back off a dietitian as you're doing the challenges, what does this mean? How did it happen? You're doing much better than if you're sort of isolated doing it by yourself and then sitting there.
Absolutely.
What
does that mean?
Yeah.
So, and then once you have finished phase 2 and you know how you react to the individual FODMAP groups, you get to the really fun and exciting part where you get to reintroduce and bring the FODMAPs back into your diet. You're going to know by then which FODMAPs you're okay with a little bit of, which FODMAPs you're okay with a lot of, and which FODMAPs you're best to avoid the majority of the time. And this information is what we use to then reintroduce the FODMAPs. So we want to personalise your diet as much as possible to specifically suit your needs. The goal of this is to get as much variety as possible with as few symptoms as possible, and work that long-term management. The other thing that I will mention here is that FODMAP tolerances do change over time. So I do encourage people to go back every sort of 6 or 12 months. FODMAP challenges that you may not have passed previously, you may get a pleasant surprise that you actually do a bit better with them in the future. It's good to push those boundaries every so often. Like Mummy said right at the start, FODMAPs don't cause damage. The one thing that comes up time and time again in nutrition research is that variety is a good thing. The more variety you have in your diet, the healthier you're likely to be, and the less likely you are to develop chronic diseases. So if we can bring back as much variety as you can tolerate, that's what we want to be doing with this, because that's going to keep your gut and yourself healthy in the long term. It's important to reintroduce for gut health. It's important to reintroduce for dietary balance, for variety. And it's also important for sort of mental health and socializing as well. So food is more than just nutrition and macronutrients and micronutrients. It's got a huge social aspect. It's got celebration. It's got connecting with friends, connecting with people. So we don't want something like a couple of FODMAPs to get in the way of your enjoying your life. So ultimately the goal of this is to get you back out there, get you enjoying life. So reintroduction is a really important part out of that as well. So yeah, that's the 3 phases of the low FODMAP diet. I think Mummy's going to...
I think we've done really well to keep it that concise. And not
12 minutes.
We've
done brilliant.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think the thing that, you know, just comes back to me time and time again about the idea of people with food intolerance is that it can be that people do feel very isolated and they end up, and it really impacts on their life. And we really do have a lot of experience with seeing people and seeing what has happened to people who over years and years have cut out more and more foods and ended up, you know, more and more isolated socially. They never go out for dinner anymore because it's all too hard, because no one understands. And it's really, really, you know, it's such a shame because as dietitians, definitely what we are not, we are not people who, the dietitians that calorie count, that put people on diets, that are into any kind of sort of restrictive eating. It's what we're about is again loving food, and both Jo and I do kind of, we love cooking, we love eating, we love all of that, and feeding families. So really kind of our approach is very practical and very much again inclusive, I think. Trying to keep foods in and trying not to become scared and rigid about foods and you know, about FODMAPs. So the last bit that I was going to talk about was, well, what is, you may have heard of the FODMAP Collective. I want to tell you a bit about what it is and how it works, and if you're interested in joining, how to do that. So basically the FODMAP Collective is an online, we started it out as a FODMAP challenge group, but it's kind of morphed over the last 6 months or so as we've sat with it and worked with the different members to be more of a inclusive. So what we're doing this year is it's really going to be guiding people through the 3 different phases of the low FODMAP diet that we've just talked about. So we can teach you about the elimination phase of the diet and provide you with all of the lists, the information with meal plans and recipes and meal and snack ideas and all of these sort of practical things that means you can just jump in and you can start doing it straight away.
And if you need anything modified, we're right there at any time to discuss that and help you with that.
So the way that it works basically is we've got an online, we have a Facebook group called the FODMAP Collective, which is a closed group, and that's really key because once you join, it's only really the members of that group who are seeing what's going on, the questions that you ask, the interactions. You're able to, through that group, access the live sessions that we do for the group, just like this one, but we do every fortnight. We're going to be introducing a new topic, and it might be a new FODMAP challenge for that next couple of weeks. It might be a session on how to do the elimination phase of the diet or about how to challenge. So that's a rolling system really, where it's always rolling through. So at any time that people join, they can pick up where we're at and they can follow through. So the key thing about the online group is it's the support and guidance in real time, and that's what we have just really just loved about doing the group. That's really surprised us is that seeing people in the rooms, one-on-one consultations, it's great, you get to that individual approach and rapport, but then they go home and they do the challenges or they do the diet and you don't see them again for another 4 weeks, and you might have an email here and there. But it's really what we love about the group is that we can actually hear about how things are going the next day. And we can jump in and say, hang on, well, what do we do about this? Well, this is what we would suggest. Here are a few options, or what could I have instead, or this is not in season, or here's a picture of a giant cucumber. And we all go, really? That's really exciting.
And the mushrooms, we're having photos of different mushrooms and which one was that.
Super practical and
interactive.
And it's, very, very interactive. So the other thing how do you join? So if you head, we'll put the link down below. But if you head to the Everyday Nutrition website and go into the store, you'll find you can purchase a sort of a group subscription. So to join the group, it's $44, and then at the moment, just until the end of January, what we're offering is that it's an ongoing fee of just $10 a month, and that's right through till the end of 2019. So that's a good 40% off.
Just over 40% off. So normally the ongoing fee is $17 a month. So you save 40% if you earn in January.
So the idea is, if we're thinking about, okay, what would you pay to, to see a dietitian? And you know, when you work it out, it's actually quite significantly less. But what you're getting is a year
significantly
worth of
more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. Is we knew that, you know, again, we can only see so many people in physically in the rooms because of proximity, and we know that there's people all over the world who sort of would like this knowledge and would like this support, and so that's why we you know, decided to try out this format and are really, you know, loving being able to, you know, help a lot more people.
So where we get live videos, Q&A time, written and video instructions for all the challenges. We've got
recipes.
Heaps of recipes. We've got meal plans. It's like having your own dietitian in your pocket 24/7. You just jump on, ask a question. We're right there real time to answer your questions and guide you, and make your FODMAP journey as fun and as practical as possible.
Well, the other thing is, because there's a lot of people that are also in the groups, that it provides this real support network, and people like cheering each other on, saying, yes, you know, you can do it, or, you know, good on you, that's amazing, and, you know, people sharing their successes or their sort of not so great moments in, you know, the food intolerance trials. But that support's really important. The other thing, do you want to talk about the recipe book?
Oh yes, if you join in January, we have a low FODMAP quick and easy recipe book. Everybody who joins in January will get a free copy of that. The whole idea of it is that it's products that are in your pantry or in your local supermarket, nothing fancy, nothing that you're going to have to go hunting to find. The recipes are designed to be on the table in 20 to 30 minutes maximum. That it's quick, easy, healthy, balanced, low FODMAP meals that you can just spit out again and again. We want it to be easy. The whole idea behind everyday nutrition is that we believe good food should be simple to prepare, it should taste good, and it should be enjoyable for you to eat as well. So that's everyone who joins in January gets our low FODMAP quick and easy recipe book as well. So extra bonus. We'd love to have you. I'll pop the link below in the comments. I'm Joanna and
Marty,
and we are FODMAP expert dietitians from Everyday Nutrition.
Thank you for watching.
We'll see you soon.
Whether it's now or later down the line. I can see, is there any questions that we need to answer? There's one from Anne-Marie.
Yeah,
I
trouble
think she's
loader.
having trouble watching connections.
The connection's not there.
Anyway, I'm sure a lot of people will catch this on the